ANZ has hiked rates by up to 55 points. Let's have a look. Good evening everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because ANZ have hiked interest rates on their fixed loans by up to 55 points or 0.55%. It's getting up there everyone. Let's jump over here, check it out, and then we'll play in the Excel to see what the impact this will be on homeowners. So, effective today, the 12th of July 2023, I'm just checking the date again, we'll make the following changes to our fixed rates for ANZ fixed home loans and ANZ fixed residential investment loans. So, principal and interest, where you've got less than or equal to 80% loan to value ratio. So, 1 year fixed is going from 6.29% up 25 points to 6.54%. The 2 year fixed, it looks like it's having the biggest increase, is going from 5.99% up 55 points, 0.55%, to 6.54%, like the 1 year. So what's that telling us about interest rate predictions, perhaps over the next 2 years? 3 year, you're going from 6.09 up 30 points to 6.39. 4 year is 6.29 up 20 points to 6.49. And 5 year fixed, you're going 6.39 up 20 points to 6.59. Now, I got a 4 year mortgage. Well, I fixed my mortgage for 4 years, like many people did, because we didn't trust the RBA when they said rates wouldn't go up until 2024, or we knew rates wouldn't go below zero, or we didn't anticipate rates to go below 0.1%. So many people locked in at that low rate. I'm going to have a shot of coffee, guys. Now, you will start to see more and more stories in the media about people who will be coming off their very low rate and will hit a higher rate. They'll hit a higher rate. They'll hit this. So let's play it a little bit now before we go through any of the more of the rates. So the first home buy, the average one is 479,000. So you go from 1.99 at 4 years, and you want to fix for another 4 years. You go to 6.59 for ANZ, and say you still have 30 years left on your mortgage, which you won't. But this is just for comparison's sake to realize what this number is here. This is the paying number. This means that your interest rate repayments, your mortgage repayments are going to increase by 72%. Now, this is a fantasy. We should all be aware of that. But, 480 grand, you're looking at paying $36,000 a year back to maintain that mortgage. Now, if you go to, everyone's favorite, supremely affordable property, Sydney, we still have the same delta change in repayments, but you're looking at 60 grand a year. So you've got to find another 25 grand roughly to make your repayments. It's interesting, Tarek Brooker, avid commenter, shared on Twitter a post how from peak, before we get rate cuts, over the last 50 years, the average has been 9.8 months. So the question I put to you, could you handle the higher repayments for 10 months? And if it only stays at that peak for 10 months, why are you locking in unless you think rates are going to go higher? Or you just want the certainty of it? Let's jump back over here and check out the rest of this. So, where are we? Here we go. For a principal and interest where you've got greater than 80% loan to value ratio, we can see for 1 year we're 6.59. It's gone up 25 points, so a little bit higher. 6.59, 6.44, 6.54, and 6.64. Up 25, 55, 30, 20, and 20. I mean, these numbers are sounding quite high because we've got an extended memory of them being so low. Because look at the cash rate, guys. Where do we have to go back to? 2014 or 15, around there, when we had rates around this level, or a cash rate target at this level? I mean, what's novel is we can actually earn money on our interest in a bank account again. Isn't that awesome, guys? You just sit there and earn money doing nothing, like previous generations. Awesome. So, interest only. Here's the one that people may have to jump to ride out a year if you're in trouble. I wonder if they'll let you do that. 1 year fixed, we're up to, this is for less than 80%. We're going up 25 points to 6.64. 2 year fixed up 55 points to 6.64 as well. 20 points to 6.49 at 3. 4 years at 20 points at 6.89. 5 years, interest only, we're at 6.99%, so nearly 7%. So for the privilege of essentially renting your house off the bank for that period, you're paying 7% interest. But if your LVR is not that good, if you're below 20% equity in your property, which could happen if you bought at the peak. The worst case scenario is people are going to be trapped in an unaffordable mortgage. I suspect everyone will do what they can to fight to stay in a house because it's a cultural expectation here in Australia. You've got to be a homeowner, guys. Maybe that's changing, eh? So we can see here the highest is 7.04. What about the poor investors, the poor property investors? Principal and interest less than or equal to 80%. It's 6.69 to 6.79, the spread from 1 to 5 years. And here, well, it's interesting. The investors are getting a better deal. Oh, this is principal and interest, sorry. 6.74 and 6.84. But if we have a look here, interest only, greater than 80%. Well, the investors are getting better. They're getting a better deal. 6.94%. Why is that? Why are investors being treated better than interest-only homeowners? Maybe some of the brokers could let me know that in the comments. We can see here, interest in advance, there's slight differences. So guys, there we go. ANZ have increased their interest rates. Let's have a talk about this one. Now there's speculation that the cash rate, the target, will increase to 4.6%. That's the trading economics forecast. We'll have to see where it heads. I mean, cost of living is getting tougher. Shrinkflation. Advanced Dad shared a photo with me of some just jam he was buying. The tins have gotten half the size. Check it out on the community tab. Yeah, well, we'll have to see. If we hit 5% cash rate or just under it, and that's the peak, and then we've got a year of that level before it comes off, it's going to suck if you're in a retail sector that depends on discretionary spending because you're going to be hammered. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check out HeiseBim or Heise Does, and if you're a fan and enjoy my content, you can support the channel on YouTube or Patreon, use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call me if you need an architect. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.